It's cooking! So wow. Hi everyone, welcome. This is episode number 20, and in this episode I'm making hominy chili. So you see the format's a little bit different here. Like I mentioned in the last video, I wanted to try a different format here where I take ingredients I already have and then try to figure out what to make with them. So you see here, starting out with some ground beef. This ground beef is actually leftovers from burgers that I made. For some weird reason, the store only had 3 pounds. Usually you can get it a pound at a time, but this is 3 pounds. I only used a pound and a half for the burgers. And the rest of it, I'm using in this chili here. So this hominy chili, I chose to go with hominy because we also had leftover hominy from making some pozole. So I wanted to incorporate that as well. So you see here that I put in some red onions and some jalapenos. I also had the red onion already from making tuna before. And then to complete the dish, I got some jalapenos because anytime I make chili, I want it to have some spice to it. And then the dry spices here, that's really important anytime you're making a chili. It's all about giving it lots of flavor, packing a punch. So here I add some chili powder and some cumin. And chili powder, it's okay to put a lot of it, but when it comes to cumin, you want to be really light on that because it's a super powerful spice. And then the jalapeno, of course, that gives it the most spice out of it all. And the chili powder gives it that characteristic color, and then gives it a little bit of unique spice as well. It's kind of a smoky flavor. And then I also had some minced garlic on hand. I always have some in the fridge because a lot of dishes use it and it lasts forever in there. So I threw in some of that. And then also throwing in some salt and pepper to taste. And the key with this, especially with the beef, since we're not draining it, you want to make sure that it's high in percentage. So 80-20%, 80 being 80% lean and then 20% fat. Because if there's too much fat, you're going to have a really greasy chili. You don't want that. So definitely 80% or higher. It does cost a little bit more, but it's definitely worth it. And then there you see I put in the hominy. That was about a cup and a half. So a lot of hominy, but I wanted to include that in here. And then there I'm throwing in some stewed tomato and some diced tomatoes and also some red beans. So I was looking around a lot of different recipes. The reason I came up with this is because what I always like to do is if I have some random ingredients from a dish I've made before, I'm not sure what to do with it, I'll kind of brainstorm a little bit and then look for recipes online. And then this hominy chili came across because I was looking for stuff that I could use the hominy with, and this was like the perfect combination of the two there. And then I used stewed tomatoes for the first time in the can. I didn't know what those were, but as the name implies, it's tomatoes that are cooked. And then the skin gets really loose and stuff like that, and sometimes they'll cook it with other flavors. But the tomatoes are really important inside of a chili because that thickens up the liquid in there. And then here you see I'm putting in some tomato paste as well, because it was really watery. I didn't drain any of the cans, so the beans, I poured it into the water as well as the tomatoes with the water. And I was worried it wouldn't be too thick, but I realized soon after is anytime you're cooking a chili, because of the tomato in there, it does thicken up over time. Anytime you're cooking tomatoes over a long period, it always thickens up whatever it's in. And then now for the plating here. So get a nice bowl and you just want to pour that in there. And this has a nice heat to it, but we have a lot of the toppings there to kind of complement it, so it can calm down that heat, especially if you have somebody eating it who's not into the spice there. So the biggest thing, I also have this cheese on hand. That's like the go-to like Mexican blend cheese for quesadillas and stuff like that. So I'm going to toss that on there to give it some nice tartness to it and also some coolness. It cools it down, and it's really good when it melts on there a little bit. It's good to put some cheese on some of the hot chili. And then I also had some parsley left over. I don't even remember what it was from, but that's what I ended up using. You can also use cilantro as well. And then here I have some sour cream too. So this is table cream. It's a little bit more liquidy than like American sour cream, but both work just as well. Again, this is all about using stuff that you already have. So that also cools down the spice there and also the temperature as well. And then last, garnish with some flat leaf parsley here to give it some freshness, and I'll cut through the fat in there. So toppings are really important with chili because everyone's able to customize it how they want it. So if it's too spicy, you just add in more or less of what you want. And then I paired this with Rogue Yellow Snow Pilsner. So it's a really funny name. You can see on the can it's a little dog peeing on the snow, but this is actually really good beer. They flavor it with spruce tips, so it pairs really well with this. And thanks so much for watching this, guys. I'm going to be doing more videos like this. You can see I have nice new background music too, so I'm slowly improving them. But this is just something I wanted to try out. I'll definitely be doing more similar to this. Kind of breaking the traditional format. And of course we'll do similar to the traditional format in the future too. But there you have it. Absolutely stunning. Hominy Chili.